I'm going to give you a quick tour of the garden today. This is one of my raised beds for broccoli, bok choy, Swiss chard, maybe a couple of other things that I forgot. Yes, I have a crazy cage and netting system set up to keep the dog and the birds out. Even when the cage was flat, the puppy dogs are getting in it, trying to dig holes. So that seemed to work. There's my fish. 4 fish, 3 goldfish and 1 whitefish. Another raised garden bed with some netting around it. You can see some lettuce is starting to grow. Birds are leaving it alone. Yay. I don't know what that bush is. It's starting to get some leaves on it, which is cool. There we go. Some small leaves. One day I'll identify it. It had grown all the way up to the second story window, but we cut it back this year. We just call this a fuzzy bush. Yes, it has a real name, but I forgot. This is a creosote. And then more of my garden. This is an apricot tree. Let's see the blooms. Pretty pink blooms. This is a chase tree. They come in late. They get leaves on them that look like pot plant leaves, and then they get purple flowers that the hummingbirds and other birds love. And then the other birds also eat the seeds. They offer some cooling shade as well. This is a Mormon tea. No, I didn't plant it, but we do take cuttings and make tea. It's getting some buds on it. It's going to bloom probably in a month. Second apricot tree. Been blooming. Got some leaves coming in too, so that's cool. I'm hoping to get some apricots this year. I don't see any yet. This is a desert willow that we planted last year. Or transplanted. Hopefully it is alive. They come in pretty late. They like the heat and they like the dry. So this will be the last year that I give it any water. And this is a volunteer bush. Birdseed or something. Started it. Can't remember. It might be a bird of paradise. Mexican bird of paradise. This is my big raised bed. It's mostly fruit. That is a peach tree that I planted 2 years ago. So it's doing well. These are fig trees. You can see some leaves starting to come in. Yes, I have a cage around this one too, because guess what? Puppy dogs like to dig big holes in this. If you see bare spots, it's because, well, puppy dogs have been digging in it. The green plants with runners are strawberry plants. Got a few strawberries last year, maybe a gallon total. This year I'm hoping to get more than that. They're starting to spread, which is great. Another fig tree. It's black, oh yeah. There's a blackberry bush there. Another blackberry bush there. Got some onions growing back. This is a really big fig tree. It was only about 6 inches tall 2 years ago, and well, it'll probably double this year again. So it'll be huge. Can't really dig too much in our ground here. It's rock. There's a little bit of sand in there, but it's mostly rock. So everything goes in a raised garden bed. So there's 4 fig trees in here, 3 blackberry bushes, 1 peach tree, and a lot of strawberries. This is going to be for tomato plants. In about 3 weeks, I'll be planting those. This is, I think it's my tallest apricot tree. There we go. Has blooms coming in. Some more buds to open. Again, with 4 apricot trees, I'm hoping to at least get some this year. These plants were only about 1 foot tall last year, so they grew really fast. That's often not good for next year's production. They put a lot of energy into growing. Purple wildflowers. Most of our wildflowers around here are either purple or yellow, which I enjoy. This is a wonderful pomegranate. It's getting its leaves. It won't bloom until much later. They produce large pomegranates in like late September, October. There's our only ocotillo inside the yard. We call the fenced-in area the yard, and the back 40 is back where the solar panels are. And further back, our property goes to the telephone poles. Prickly pear that I get fruit off of, which I enjoy. Last year, my friend gave us a whole bunch of different type of cacti, and can't remember what the heck they are anymore. I mean, prickly pear, rabbit ears, cholla, paperwhite. What I like about these is they do not have thorns or coke-lids on them, so they will make nice prickly pear fruit cacti that we won't run into. Unlike these, when I harvest these, I often get coke-lids, which are those tiny little things, or the big thorns stuck in me. Big thorns I can get out. Coke-lids are a mess. I think this is a tri-leaf sumac. Starting to get its buds. Oh, this middle pomegranate is an angel rose, I think is what it's called. Just getting its buds. It was only about 6 inches tall when I got it. It was kind of half dead, but it was a unique variety, so I snagged it. We'll see what it does. Another bird of paradise volunteer. This is a white oleander. I'm not a big fan of white. I prefer the red. And yes, one thing I've noticed, these are toxic to dogs. But our dogs don't chew on them, so I don't worry about it. And we do not burn these branches, because they're toxic when you burn them. And my 4th apricot tree. Got some buds on it, and teeny tiny baby apricots. Looks like something's been nibbling at them though. These plants are less than a year, or been in the ground less than a year, so they'll still be late producers. But I'm hoping for something. We just got these plum trees this year. They're Hollywood plum. It's supposed to have purple leaves and pink or purple blooms. The blooms were white and the leaves are green, so we shall see. They're supposed to be ornamental and fruit producing. So I'm really hoping that, I really like the purple plum trees. Don't see that any of the plums are gonna come in this year. Oh, nope, I take that back. I see a couple little babies right there. And there. Ooh, maybe. Really hoping for something this year so I can make sure that these are the right trees, the ones I wanted. The dragon fruit. Well, let's come over here first. So this is a lime tree. Okay, I accidentally left it out on a really windy, cold night. Didn't do too well, so it's still alive. We'll see what happens. This is a mimosa tree that I'm not sure was ever alive, so we'll see what it does this year. This is an avocado tree. Same problem, I left it out on a cold, windy night. So, it is getting leaves. It's alive. But these brown ends are what happens when it's windy. It just doesn't like the wind. But I don't have a better place to put it, so it's just going to have to do what it does. This is my dragon alley. These are dragon fruit plants. So some of them need some trimming, some work. We had a late frost Dropped down into the 20s one night, so they suffered a bit. But keep them inside during the winter. It's beautiful out. Give me a few minutes. There's a hummingbird right up there. Let's see, can I zoom? No, I can't. I see it. I can see it. I don't know if the camera's picking up on it or not. It's in the second creosote bush in. They make a mosquito-like noise when they fly. There you see it. You should be able to see it now. He's watching us. When I water, the hummingbirds will often come and fly through the water. They look like they're dancing.